Verb conjugation refers to how a verb changes to indicate a different person, number, tense, or mood. Let's have a look at the following example. I'm a student. Now, in this sentence, the subject is in the first person, it is singular, we are using the present simple, and an indicative mood. Remember, the verbs should be conjugated with regards to person. Depending on the subject, a verb can stand in the first, second, or third person. Now let's have a look at the table below. Now when the subject is in the first person and it's singular, we use I. Plural, we. When the subject is in the second person and it's singular, we use you. Plural, you. And when the subject is in the third person and it's singular, we use he, she, or it. Plural, they. Now, as you can see, the pronouns I, we refer to the first person, you to the second, he, she, it, and they to the third person. Have a look at the examples below. We work on Saturdays. We is in the first person. You need to take a break. You is in the second person. It is snowing outside. It, third person. Now, usually, we assume the person of the verb in the sentence automatically, as we almost always state a subject explicitly. Let's have a look at the example over here. Sarah has signed up for a yoga class. Now, Sarah can be substituted with the pronoun she, which is in the third person. Note that the verb to be is irregular and has 3 forms in present tenses and 2 forms in past tenses. Now, these forms depend on the person expressed by the subject. Have a look at the table below. When the subject is in the first person and we are using the present tense, we say I am or we are. In the second person, you are, you are. And the third person, he, she, it, is, or they are. And when we use the first person, in the past tense, we say I was, we were. Second person, you were, you were. And in the third person, he, she, it was, they were. Now let's review and practice a bit. Have a look at the following sentences and substitute the subject with the correct pronoun. First sentence, Mrs. Claire is the friendliest person on earth. She is the friendliest person on earth. A bird is sitting on my windowsill. It is sitting on my windowsill. The Lakers are going to stay at our place for 3 days. They are going to stay at our place for 3 days. Now have a look at the following sentences and fill in the gaps using the correct form of the verb to be. My parents watching a movie, Steve playing outside, and I melting on the couch. My parents are watching a movie, Steve is playing outside, and I am melting on the couch. Will you free tonight? I'd really appreciate if we could spend the evening together. Will you be free tonight? I'd really appreciate if we could spend the evening together. It's so cold yesterday, and as always, I had already put my winter clothes away in the closet. It was so cold yesterday, and as always, I had already put my winter clothes away into the closet. Here is a short story using verb conjugation. Listen as I read so you can see how they are used in real-life conversation. After I'm done, make sure you understand all the grammar and read aloud yourself so that you can work on your own fluency and pronunciation. When I was your age, I wanted to become a nurse. I liked the idea of helping people when they need it the most. Why aren't you a nurse then, Grandma? Well, sweetie, we grow up, and sometimes our goals change. I'm a teacher now, and I have never regretted my choice. And you are helping people anyway. That's true. Now time for you to practice on your own. Read the following sentences and decide whether the verb stands in the first, second, or third person. A. Why can't we find a common ground? B. You should be attentive to details. C. These jeans are too tight. D. I was too shy to say a word. E. The Potts will be attending the ceremony as well. And now, read the following sentences and fill in the gaps with the correct form of the verb to be. A. You must kidding me. How this possible? B. If we invited, we need to think of a present. C. We have here for ages. We can't wait any longer. D. Someone called you when you running outside. E. I so frustrated. Why? It's so difficult to find a paid internship now. Now, let's check your answers. Why can't we find common ground? First person. You should be attentive to details. Second person. These jeans are too tight. Third person. I was too shy to say a word. First person. The Potts will be attending the ceremony as well. Third person. You must be kidding me. How is this possible? If we are invited, we need to think of a present. We have been here for ages. We can't wait any longer. Someone called you when you were running outside. I am so frustrated. Why is it so difficult to find a paid internship now? Thank you for watching this tutorial.